Contrast uncut, yeah, you know that's us. Where we only speak the real and the real rock with us. Where we motivate the people and politic on success. Oh no, we ain't DJ Khaled, but they swearing we the best.
What's happening? It's Contrast Uncut. It's season 5, episode 21. I want to give a big shout outs to Uncle Snoop's Army and Bobby D Presents. I appreciate you, brothers. It's your host, Zylo. And today we have a really incredibly dope and legendary special guest. He's from the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. He's one of the most hardest working men in the acting and entertainment industry. He's an actor, contributing author, and restaurateur. As an actor, he has over 30 years in the game and over 250 films and television roles. This brother took being an extra and training an actor how to box and runaway train into a seasoned veteran and a go-to actor for many casting directors. He starred in films like Machete, Desperado, From Dusk Till Dawn, Con Air, Reindeer Games, and Grindhouse, just to name a few. He's been in countless music videos and has done voiceovers in cartoons and some of the most dopest video games of all time, like Grand Theft Auto, Def Jam Fight Night, Call of Duty Black Ops, just to name a few. And his brother is a genius when it comes to restaurants and branding and understanding what the game is missing and filling in those taste buds. You know, he got Trejo Tacos, Trejo Cantina, Trejo Coffee and Donuts. He's up to 10 plus restaurants in the LA area just to, knock on some doors. And if you ain't know who I got on the show by now, it's all good. We get all episode to chop it up with the Machete. Danny Trejo, everybody. How you doing, OG?
I'm blessed. I'm so blessed. I get blessed every single day. I got people around me that just watch my back. And that's what you gotta have. You gotta have a good support system. You have to, man.
Amen. It takes a village. Even after you get older, it still takes a village. It takes a team.
Oh, absolutely.
They don't score a touchdown just one way. It takes 11 people to make that touchdown go down.
I'm gonna use that, and I ain't gonna say you said it.
It's okay. If it comes from your mouth, it's legendary. I don't care if it's from me. It came from you. So, OG, time's the most finite thing we have on this earth. I got to tell you from the jump how much I appreciate your time for fucking with me, fucking with the viewers. Thank you.
Thank you. We, everything good that has happened to me has happened as a direct result of helping someone else. And that's what life is all about, just helping each other. You know what I mean? It's like, I met a dude in San Quentin when I was doing a movie called Blood In, Blood Out, a guy named Mario Castillo. We talked and blah, blah, blah. And I told him about staying clean and blue. After, I think, three more trips to the pen, we finally ran into each other and he said, hey, you know what? I'm trying this thing out. So, he was working in drug abuse and needle exchange, and then he got sick. We couldn't work no more, man. So I said, well, come, work for me. Come on. And so he's been with me now about 20 years, and it's just, that's the way it works. God brings good people into your life if you're doing good. If you're doing bad, man, the devil's got you surrounded, Holmes.
Yes, now that was such a powerful gem. You let that diamond fly right there. That was like a 30-carat diamond you just hit, and everyone got a piece to enjoy it. Whew, absolutely. And I'm from Bakersfield. Well, I was born in LA. I lived in Bakersfield. A lot of people don't know Blood In, Blood Out. That character that the movie was based on was a guy from Bakersfield.
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
See, got it from OG. He told me. Wikipedia don't lie to me. Well, yeah, they do, but not in this case.
We, you know what is that movie? I love that movie, and I loved it. First of all, because we didn't disrespect anybody. For me, I would rather have a mangy dog for a friend than an enemy. I don't care who you are, what clique you're with. I got nothing against you. And a lot of the dudes, that grew up in that life, I knew. So when we started going, thank God for Taylor Hackford, because he's not stupid, you know what I mean? And he said, wait a minute, this is somewhat of a movie about a certain organization. So we don't. I said, you're absolutely right. Thank you very much. And so I was kind of a technical assistant, and he would even, is that disrespectful? No, no, we're not using that name. We're La Onda. You know what I mean? and and he understood. I mean, he literally understood. And if you check out Blood In, Blood Out, nobody wore a blue rag. Nobody. The only people that wore a red rag were Native Americans. That's their color. That's the only people. And so we tried to be as respectful to an organization that isn't like Christians or whatever. I mean, but like I said, I knew all them guys, man, and that's the last thing I wanted to do was disrespect people that I knew.
Cool. And respect is a word that gets handled so lightly today. And there's a lot of people that don't know they cross the line because they don't think, they just act. There's so many young people running around with their heads cut off and don't realize there's a direction for your head to be on. So you got to take heed to that. And I'm happy that you're dropping that knowledge right now, because things could have went left, could have went right, could have went upside down, and we could have been all, seeing dirt naps for a lot of people. And instead, when you're down by law, you live by the code, you make everyone respect the code, it gets, around the world. Twice.
Yeah. It's like every day, I'm straight out every day as I wake up, say my prayers, like, dear Heavenly Father, let me help some people today. That's what we do. That's what I do. That's what Mario does. Mario's son, Mikey, that's what he does. That's what we do. It's like we have to like the day isn't complete unless we've helped somebody. You know what I mean? And I don't care. You know what? Just today, I was at the liquor store, and this old man comes in and buys a ticket, a lotto ticket for $1. And he's the guy old man, about 80, I think. He works at the recycling center. You know what I mean? I mean, that's his job, but he's working. You know what I mean? And so he buys the ticket, and I said, you know what? Give him $10. And he won $45. He was, because I was just there, and it was just like, I see him buying the ticket. He was like, you would have thought he hit the lotto. Well, he did, but I mean, he was like so. And it's like I love doing that. You understand? I just love seeing the smile on people's face. Last night we went to Long Beach, to the Long Beach Civic Auditorium, where all the immigrant children are, right? Kids from Guatemala, kids from Honduras, kids from Mexico, all the kids that have come over and were abandoned at the border, and people think it's cruel to abandon them. I got to tell you, the reason they're abandoning them is because when they're 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, the cartels are snatching them up. They're finding Mexican children in Iraq, Iran, where they're trafficking them. So mama's just saying, you know what, I can't do anything for you here. And so, you know what, God bless them, man. I know how hard it would be for me to give up my kid. So me, Baby Bash, Frankie J, Trish Toledo, Mario Castillo, Mikey Castillo, Coda, who else, Mikey? Trish Toledo, Dick Twixie. No, Dick Twixie couldn't make it. I mean, everybody, we all, Tara New, Jasmine, we all went down there. We went down there and put on a show. And man, I get choked up when I'm seeing like a 5-year-old like singing a Selena song, and that little girl hasn't laughed since she was walking across Mexico. You know what I mean? And it's, I'm sorry. It was like one of the most emotional things that ever happened to me, man. And it was like, even Baby Bash says, you know what, Bo, this will bring tears to a heart, motherfucker.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of the time we run around and don't realize what's going around while we're running around. And, so many things fall through the cracks, and there's so many beautiful children that don't get to see the right potential that they deserve. And that alone, a lot of us could be product of our environment, or we can overcome that cycle. And
Right.
everyone that overcomes that cycle, we got to keep on speaking up, saying something, pointing at things that don't look right, don't sound right, so everyone can know what doesn't look right is, and we can all get on the page of what look right, and we can grow. A lot of the time, we spend a lot of time not growing.
You know, when I go to juvenile hall, I speak at juvenile hall, like I kind of pick out kids that I know. You know what? You're going to the pen, Holmes. If you don't, you understand? I mean, and I'm not cursing them. You can just tell. Wait a minute. I was sitting there. Do you understand? I was sitting right there where you're sitting. East Lake Juvenile Hall. You're Silmar. You're on your way. And unless you get off that bus, you have got a life of misery. And the sad part is you're going to get comfortable with that misery. Do you understand? You're going to be comfortable being miserable, and it's like worst feeling in the world. And so when I go, I say, oh, it doesn't matter where you start. You're starting right here. It matters where you end.
Yeah.
You understand? Now, where you going to end up? The choice is yours. You know, and I like my cousin Gilbert Trejo. He did 38 years. He went to join when he was 17. We got him out when he was 55. You know, and he tells these kids, you know what? I'm a time traveler. I traveled your life. I went from right here in your future. You know what? I was 17 when I was there. I'm 55 now. And you see these kids like, damn. You know what I mean? Because it happened that quick.
You know,
that quick.
What you see in them, Danny, you see an energy, you see her spirit, and you recognize that spirit, you recognize that energy, and you try to knock them off that road, that rail, because they're stuck to it. They're grinding to what they feel is right. And sometimes it's a hard hit over the head. Other times it's your ass sitting down for 37 years before you realize that the world went past you because of something you thought was cool or some recognition.
You know what? It's so funny. It's like I hear kids, you're la raza. No, wait, don't tell me that. I don't want to hear of all that shit. Not if you ain't got a job. Not if you're not going to school. I don't want to hear that shit. If you're standing on the corner, you're getting loaded. That's not my raza. You know, my raza's proud, man. My raza takes care of their family, man. My raza makes sure their kids get. You know what? I'm one of them dirty. So I got married 4 times, got 3 children, never failed on my child support. Do you understand? Never stop. All my kids, my 3 kids, they know. You know what? And that's what. Somebody was complaining that students, but man, I pay $200 a month. Child. I said, bitch, are you crazy? You don't even know how much I pay. And let me tell you something. Thank God I'm paying it. Do you understand? So it's like we have got to take responsibility for what we do. Do you understand? We have babies. I take care of them. And now it's like I'm in a position where I'm taking care of a lot of babies, you know, not just mine, you know. And like we told those kids last night, hey, if you're in LA, you need something, stop by my restaurant, man. I got you. And the kids were crying, man. It was like so. You know what? I can't. I mean, I feel like a kid. Just, you know. I mean, I wanted to just reach out, you know, to all. Hey, we told them, welcome. God bless you. We're so glad you're here. This big old cheer went up because, you know, they think, you know, they don't, you know, where am I? What am I doing? Do they want me here? And we let them know, yeah, we want you all here, every one of you.
That's right. That's right. Because if you don't have that foundation of wanting, you're going to be a lost child, children of the night. And the moment you settle for that's okay is the moment you're trying to dig out of a hole of twilight that will last forever, unless you know you have those moments that get you out of there.
Good point.
And
Good point.
Danny, I got to tell you something. From one dedicated father to another, I got to shout you out for giving your flowers for being a dedicated father, not only to your own children, but to so many vast children out the hood, out the La Raza, out of so many different circumstances. And they look at you for direction because you inspire to motivate. And that's the part a lot of people forget. They just want to motivate and think that's cool. And it's like, well, what are you doing to motivate? How are you being perceived? You put it right from the jump. If you're going to be gangster, make sure you handle your business.
Yeah.
And if your business is not handled, then you're not gangster. You half-assing.
A good gangster takes care of his family home. I mean, just whatever you gotta. It's like, but it's tough to take care of your family when you're in jail.
Come on. Not all of us can get IRAs and get monthly pullouts and be able to take care of your household while you're sitting down. You hear me? And if y'all ain't catch on what I just said, it's okay. You can run that back. I got that from the game. Hey, Danny, I got a quote. Let me know how this quote relates to you, or if it doesn't. And I got a couple more questions. We're gonna wrap up and get up out of here. Here we go. There's always space for improvement, no matter how long you've been in the business. Oscar De La Hoya.
But you know what, Oscar is absolutely right. It's like when you stop improving, you start becoming an idiot. I mean, because you got to keep on. It's like, he's like, I'm in competition with me all the time. I want to be a better person today than I was yesterday. And whether that's my job, fighting, or like Oscar, I mean, he was champ of the world. You know what I mean? So it's like, you just keep on. I got a little fighter right now, Sinise Estrada, who I'm telling you, you're WBC, WBA champ, and God, it's like I watch it. She was 8 when her dad come out of the pen, right, and he started training the boys, and he had to take her to the gym. So I want to fight, Daddy. No, it's for girls. It's for girls. So he finally got tired of hearing her, so he got some little 13-year-old boy. Said, I don't want you to hurt her, but I want to show her she don't want to fight. And okay, they turned the 8-year-old loose on the. She beat the shit out of him. I mean, had him was like like she didn't know how to box, but she had that heart. Do you understand? And okay, right now she's WBC and WBA champ, and it's like it's what you got inside. It doesn't matter who you are, where you came from, what raza, it doesn't matter. I think I'm so sad about neighborhood, and I know I'm from, you know what I mean? We're all, but it's like neighborhood is just raza killing raza, and it's like, God, man, it's like so sad, and now drive-by shootings. It's like, wait a minute, man. I mean, it's like, damn, that little kid that just got killed on the freeway, and it's like sad, the hate, the last administration that we had really fed the hate that we had in the United States. Yeah, it was a lot of it, but it was underneath, so it didn't come out. That administration brought it out, and now it's like people hating people. You know what I mean? And just for the color of their skin, there's always been prejudice, but for the color of their skin, for where they're at, he's Asian, he's Mexican. Like, damn, man. It's like it's heart-wrenching, man. I don't give the finger to nobody. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, peace, love you, man. You know what I mean? But don't come at me.
This last presidency, it really promoted negligence, and it promoted the whole thing of, you know what, I'm gonna do what I want. And when that got out that way, we had people invading the White House. We had people doing the most.
Listen. In 1968, I almost went to the gas chamber for exciting a riot and bodily harm. I mean, you know what I mean? This sucker, what did he didn't get shit. And he incited a riot, and people went to the hospital. And it's like, wait a minute. They crashed the government. Now, if them people would have had a Mexican flag, you know what I mean? And they'd have had machine guns on us. If they would have had Black Lives Matter storming that White House, they'd have had machine guns. But since it was all them hillbillies,
shit, instead they got hillbillies chasing a black police officer up the stairs with no back.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and then but they're calling it one senator, and you could tell he's already. I wouldn't doubt he had chaw in his mouth, but he was like saying, well, they were just tourists coming to see them. Yeah, well, why that guy got a bat?
Come on, why are you guys fucking locking the doors, and why do you have Secret Service shooting innocent people and shit?
God.
Because we're scared.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. They not seasoned for it. They're not. A lot of the time, they want to press the button and point at things, but have no idea why the atmosphere, why certain things are made that way. Why is it? Why does it go like that? And you have all these people that sit from the couch and get their own conclusion and try and do something about it. And
It's
guess
so
what?
funny.
It's just sad.
Right now, we've got 3 states, 3 red states that are still only like 20% vaccinated. Why? Because we don't need vaccination. And it's like, wait a minute, man. Put down that Confederate flag and get a vaccination. That's all. I was like, what do you, it's not, you're getting everybody else sick.
Facts. Facts. You guys are keeping that shit alive. We trying to get rid of it and get back to regular activities.
Right.
For the bullshit here.
And it was funny because everybody was mad at Newsom. Newsom was trying to keep us alive. No, we'll just close this motherfucker down. No, we'll wear a mask. I think, shit, I met with him, man, and he was wearing a mask. So was I. And we're like talking about going to Pomona and going to, he goes, absolutely, you can do it. Don't worry. We'll pave the way for you. So thank God our administration now is humanitarian. Thank God our governor is like humanitarian. Thank even our mayor, Garcetti, he's cool. I love Garcetti's a pimp. I mean, he's straight out. I would love to have a picture of him and Snoop Dogg together. But he's just, what I mean? He's just awesome, man.
That's right. No, and there's, because of that really saved our city, our state, because we were having some bad times. And if we would have opened up too soon, we'd be
and the stupid thing, they're trying to take him out of office. Who is? The people that love Trump.
Come on. All the people that said that their business was affected because they didn't want to do anything else. Like, bruh, there's other ways to make money. Yeah. You can't get upset that he's restraining you. No, you got to work around it. What do you think happens to everybody in the hood? Every day we get restrained from bullshit that we can't control. You got to get around it.
All my restaurants stayed open. We only closed the ones that the buildings closed, right? But we had 4 restaurants open, and the reason the good Lord let us stay open, we never stopped feeding the homeless. We never stopped going to hospitals. We never stopped. Just, hey, this is what we do. Then, we got to deliver, or we got to take out. I love that. Sometimes show up at somebody's house. I'm delivering, and what the fuck?
I could trip the fuck out. Danny was delivering food to my house. I ordered some tacos and Danny's delivering them. What?
Pull up in a 65 Buick Riviera on bags. now Mario's got a 58 Chevy Impala on bags, so we'll deliver that sucker.
Yeah. That's right. That's legendary. Hey, I gotta know, talking about the entertainment game, the acting game, did the game choose you or did you choose the game?
You know what? I gotta tell you something. Everything good that's happened to me has happened as a direct result of helping someone else. We put on a show. What did we do with that kid that Gabriel? We went up to Gabriel Fernandez, a little kid in Palmdale, little kid that got killed, right? And it was tragic, but had a what do you call it? A fundraiser to like help bury him and stuff. And this little girl, Twixie Diana, and her mom, who were living in a battered woman's shelter, hitchhiked from LA all the way to Palmdale because we were offered with $200 or something, right? And she sang it. Damn, she was like, I thought, well, this girl got pipes. And I know Pipes got to hang out with Baby Bash. I know he can sing, you know what I mean? And so we started talking, and, I want to be a, and so I said, you know what, okay, we opened up let's do a record label. Let's because I knew she could sing. And so we started a record label, some girl disrespected her mom, and Twixie ended up lighting her up. She was from the hood, straight out from Pacoima, right? So it ended. You can't talk to my mama that way. You shut up, pow, lit her up. Right? So they all got thrown out of the center, and they had saved up some money that they were going to get. But when the lady that she lit up stole all the money, so they were basically on the street. So it seems like every time I get a good residual check, somebody needs something. You know what I mean? And so I remember telling Mario, what do we do, man? And I didn't want to lose her as a singer, first of all, and then just the humanitarian. I said, rent him a motel, motel just for a couple of days, figure out. So anyway, Mario and I got together. We rented him a pad, a house, and then we just brought her along as a singer. But then when she turned 18, got on that pipe, and then but I'd already had another singer, so I couldn't I remember Tara saying, well, I guess that's the end of my dream. And I go, no, it's because this dude that I was working with, this one rapper, burnt me for about 150 grand. I didn't know the business. You know what I mean? I didn't know the business at all. So I was just like, oh yeah, just hand out money because I wanted to do this record. And so I ran into Bash 2 days later. I said my prayers and said, God, you can't dump us now. I mean, 2 days later, I run into Bash and, baby Bash. And he said, hey, are you still working with that dude? I go, no, man, sucker got me for about 150. And Bash said, you gonna kill him? No, hell no, homie. My life's worth, I gotta say, my life's worth a lot more than 150 grand, you know what I mean? And I'll have somebody else come. I'm kidding. And so he said, well, why don't you bring her down to the studio? I said, well, you live in Houston. He goes, no, I rented a place right over here in Chatsworth.
Ooh.
And I look up, I said, oh, wow, you work fast, God. And so for about $5,000, me and Bash put out Chicano Soul Shop, Volume 1. And my singer, Tara New, is on it, right? Now we're getting ready to do another one where I got Tara, because Twixie, the girl that got loose, we put her in detox, what?
4 times.
4 times, 3 times. First, one time we had to do a medical,
Psych.
what is it called?
A psych hospital.
Yeah, well, psych hospital. She was doing that meth, and so the last time I told her, you know what, baby, you know what, look, I will never throw you away, but you know what, God's gonna take that gift he gave you, come, this girl got pipes, homie. When Baby Bash heard her, says, girl's got a box in her voice, you know what I mean? And so she came out of detox. She got a year clean, and then I said, you know what? We do another album, put you on, and now she got 2 years clean now, and that's how I got into the business. Otherwise, and me and Baby Bash, Frankie J, Trish Toledo, I mean, we're like just all pals, and I just got into a different group, and that's what we're gonna do. I'm thinking about opening up a big venue where I can have dances.
Yeah.
Just dances, just like dress up, not
Balls.
yeah, balls, and like that, and because I remember back in the 60s and 70s, they used to have, God, man, there was a place out in Norwalk. I forget what it was, but it was just awesome, and we'd go after hours and dance till 4 in the morning. You know what I mean? 5 in the morning. There'd be about 500, 600 people there.
See, you already got the tacos, you already got the cantina. Shoot, all you need now is the dance floor.
You got it. So, but it's like I said, and you know what? Everything good has happened because of helping someone else.
Amen. Amen. That is a blessing. To bless others, you shall be blessed. To give to others, you will be given too. But you don't give just so you can get something. You give from the heart, because something that's for you is going to be something for you. Everybody else is going to want something from you.
This old friend, the old sponsor of mine, a guy named Sam Harding, man, he did like 15 flat in Vacaville, which is the state mental hospital for criminally insane. But and it's so funny because he would say, "What'd you go to Joint for?" And he, well, I had that. I got a little argument with a couple of fellas. I killed one. I murdered the other. What the fuck? What's the difference? But that was what he says. And he always said, you have to do things for other people and not expect any kind of reward. And he was a hillbilly, so he reward, and I'll never forget that. You know what I mean? And that's what you got to do. I don't expect nothing, but it all comes. It all comes. I mean, it's just every day.
Hey, I got to know, what is something people got fucked up about running a restaurant?
Nothing. Just you got to have good food. I don't care. I don't care if you're a little taco stand. If it's not good, people aren't going to buy them. And everybody always keeps asking me, "What's your secret?" I said, "My secret's good food. I don't have no secret. I don't know nothing." You know what I mean? I just got to cook that's awesome. Cook, and I eat there. I send friends of mine in there. Go say, don't tell them you're with me. All my staff says, Dan, stop sending your friends in secret because they're scaring everybody. Don't send that guy with a tattoo of the Tower of San Quentin, the gun tower on his neck. So, but that's it. The secret's good food. And Anthony Bourdain told me, I won't eat anywhere in LA but here. I love this food.
Man, rest his soul. What's amazing that you said, and I don't even know if you realize how great it was. You said, I eat here. I eat my own food.
Oh, yeah.
And when you have a product so great that you can't deny it, you can't stop picking it up, others will have that same energy. That moment you don't believe in it is that same moment that people won't believe in your product because you don't believe in it.
You got it. The biggest problem we're having right now is staffing it because people aren't working. Everyone's getting unemployment. So it's like, that's going to run out, folks. I'm telling you, you better get yourself a job because all that stuff's going to run out pretty soon.
Yeah, you're going to go, okay, now I got to start making some money so I can give me some Trejo tacos.
I got them. Where you at? I'll send you some.
Absolutely. What's your favorite Snoop Dogg memory, whether it's his music or something in person?
I'll never forget when I was in Austin, Texas, and he was working at a club behind I stayed at the Omni, and it was right behind the Omni. I can't remember, Strode's Barbecue. And it was a big venue, really. I know it sounds like a little, but it has this massive floor. It's got a barbecue place. And that's where he sold it out. And there's security all over the place. And somebody said, hey, Snoop's working there. So I shot down there, went in through the back, got in, went up behind me. Hey, Snoop, what's up? He goes, what the hell? What's this, my security? I said, what? This guy's a killer. You just walked in? I said, yeah. Everybody said, hey, well, Snoop, that's machete. It was cool. And I love Snoop. And then another one, we were at the Super Bowl when the Rams were at the Super Bowl back in Florida. Where were they? Miami, yeah. They were at the Super Bowl and I was in the audience, right, with Alicia Del Valle from LA also, right? And Snoop, you see, he's got an open mic. Danny, come here. So he calls us up on the stage, right? He's got an open mic. And so he goes, he's just a bitch. Me and you, two of the oldest gangsters in Hollywood, we're in SpongeBob SquarePants. And everybody, it was like, wow. Because everybody heard it, right? It was like everybody went back to loving cartoons or something, man. It was funny,
Oh, that's hilarious. Now that is a legendary moment for sure.
Oh, he was awesome.
Super Bowl, he don't know that he's open mic. They're just talking.
It was funny. And this venue, God, they had about 2,000 people just in, right? Like, because it was the Super Bowl. So he's like, It was funny. I mean, I swear to God, there wasn't one person that wasn't cheering. So I think SpongeBob SquarePants movie was a hit.
With an endorsement from Snoop, you know,
With an endorsement from Snoop Dogg. Yeah.
at the Super Bowl. As you know, Bobby D presents is behind the show, and I like to ask every guest, what's the favorite concert you've ever been to?
God, man, you know what? I've loved everything he does. I've loved everything he does, and I think this next one coming up, Tara, Twixie, and Jasmine, they're all gonna sing, you know, and Jasmine sings just like Selena, looks just like her. Twixie sings any way she wants to. Tara sings like what's that girl's name? Alicia's Delon. What's it? Celeste Dion. What's her name? Like
Celine Dion.
Celine Dion. Yeah, that's the way, you know. It's like whoa, you know. So they're all unbelievable, man. And I'm blessed. I'm just blessed. I just like listening to them. So
Hey, brother, you have made it through my show. And before we close out, let's run it up. Shout out what you want to shout out. You know, putting knowledge to where you want to put knowledge. You've been putting knowledge everywhere. You know,
which is Danny Trejo, Tacos. Danny Trejo presents. I love their records, and I just wrote a book. You know, and it kind of got into what made me. You know, and so I kind of I'm pretty proud of it. You know, and so it's like, what is it? It's the name of his Trejo. You know what I mean? Crime, redemption, and Hollywood. You know, and
That's right. That's right. That got all of that right there. That sounds like the city of Los Angeles.
it is.
Hey, now, Danny, if you notice, my show is different. It's unique. You know, them over there said I got to have segments. And I was like, I'll do segments, but I'm not going to do segments like you guys. And I'm like, I got to close out and keep that same energy. The viewers knows it's coming. I'm going to hit you with it. You got any questions for me?
No, I just thank you, man. I'm really honored to be here. I'm God bless you. Let's have dinner on me.
Hey, I'm gonna hit up Mario for that. Don't make me call him.
You got it. God bless you. Thank you.
Hey, I'm gonna close out real fast and then we'll hit end.
Okay.
And on that note, it's Contrast Uncut. It's season 5, episode 21. I want to give a huge shout out to Uncle Snoop's Army and Bobby D Presents. I appreciate you, brothers, because I wouldn't be able to do incredibly dope shit like Interview Danny Trejo and talk about this brother history, and he let them diamonds fly. I'm talking about he had a manufacturer of just big ass diamond gems, and he let them things go 20, 30, 50 carat diamonds of gems, just hitting everybody with the spirit to keep on giving and making the next generation, the person next to you, better. And that's something we got to keep on progressing. It don't matter how gangster you are. If you ain't keeping your brothers around you getting up, you ain't keeping your household getting up, then you are falling farther behind than what's right. I appreciate you, Danny Trejo, for your time and just fucking with us, man. Appreciate you.
God bless you, homie. Thank you.
Amen. God bless you.
So I dropped the mic, Holmes.
Hey.